Hey everyone, Tom Pickett, Andy Mac Home Mortgage. It's Tuesday evening and it's the Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. And we had a lot of first time homebuyer conversations today. And I'm getting this sense, this feeling of it's not fair. I was talking to a young couple tonight who purchased their home in 2019, and they're in the same shoes that a lot of folks out there. We call them first time home sellers. They bought their home 5 years ago. They had very little money to put down. They weren't married. They didn't have any kids. Roll the clock forward 5 years, and they're now sitting on about $200,000 of equity in their home from a very tiny investment that they had made 5 years ago. They came out of pocket about $16,000 then. They have a family. They have kids. They're thinking about the next move, and they're frustrated. They're introduced to me because of Cash to Keys, and went through the whole presentation. They get it, right? We're able to allow them to go to market and be a non-contingent cash buyer, which is awesome. They don't have to disrupt their kids' lives by trying to list and sell their house all at the same time, showings, but they don't want to list their house until they've secured their future home. And I get it. But to go to market as a contingent buyer, that's really tough. It's really frustrating. And at the end of everything, we really started to talk about it. She said it's just not fair, right? It's just not fair that we have to buy a home using Cash to Keys and spend a little bit of extra money. Our parents didn't have to do this. The people before us didn't have to do this. We didn't have to do this 5 years ago. It's just not fair. And to be honest with you, I don't disagree, right? I agree that it's not fair, but real estate isn't about being fair, right? Real estate is probably one of the purest markets out there, where it's a meeting place of buyers and sellers, where, hey, I want to sell my house. What is someone willing to pay for it? And what are the terms? Going back 5 years pre-COVID, you could make a contingent offer. You could shop around. You could negotiate on price. Today, you can't really do that, unfortunately. If it's a priced well home, if it's well maintained, if it's taken care of, there's a lot of eyes on that. And why is it, right? The millennial age group and the Gen Z age group are now getting into the age where they're having kids, they're having families, they're thinking about that next move, and they want to make that purchase. They want to move up, and they just haven't been building homes fast enough. And because of that, it's limited inventory. But there's a ton of demand out there in spite of rates. And she also said that it's not fair that we have to pay these interest rates. It's not fair that we have to make these crazy, contingent, non-contingent cash offers. Like, it's just not fair. And again, I don't disagree with her. Good news is Annie Mac kind of saw this coming a little bit. And 3 years ago, we developed Cash to Keys. Cash to Keys is our exclusive program that allows that contingent seller, contingent buyer, to go to market and to be able to make a non-contingent cash offer. It's so powerful in this market. In spite of paying a little extra money to use the program, if we actually buy the house, it's allowing them to compete utilizing cash without contingencies. And yeah, while the market's not fair, this does give you an unfair advantage, because you are able to remove those contingencies. You are able to go as cash. You are able to list on your own terms. You are able to list and get top dollar and not worry about which deal is going to get you out of that. But if you're sitting back saying it's not fair, I hate to break it to you, life ain't fair. It's not about fair, right? It's about operating in the market that you're in and being able to win in that market. And when a market is operating inefficiently, like it is now, where you have that limited supply and high buyer demand, right? That's inefficient. It's great for the seller because they're able to demand and get top dollar. And here locally in New Jersey, we may not get back to an equilibrium or a buyer market for a really long time, right? We need new construction. We need new homes. We need more affordable homes. But until that day comes, we're going to be dealing with a market that's just not fair. And how you participate in that market, I think, is what will determine how you're going to win, right? And using innovative tools like Cash to Keys. The cool thing is we've done about 900 of these as a company. About 50% of them are using buy now, sell later. The other 50% are using our cash offer. Those are for people that aren't home sale contingent but want to make a more competitive cash offer. And 70% of the time, 70% of those clients, they didn't pay any extra money to use Cash to Keys, which means Cash to Keys simply leveraged our guarantee and allowed that client to go to market and represent that strong cash offer. And at the end, they were able to secure the home buying directly from the seller. They got a great mortgage from AndyMac Home Mortgage, and it didn't cost them any extra money, which is beautiful. But for the people that need an edge, they feel the market's not fair, you got to deal with that. But give yourself every fighting chance you can and leverage new technology, leverage new platforms, and allow yourself that unfair advantage for yourself. So when you do go to market thinking that it ain't fair, you're able to give yourself a winning fighting chance. If you're watching this, thanks for tuning in. Below the scroll here, all my contact information. You can email me, you can call me, you can go to our website. We are standing by to help you make unfair offers in this unfair market by leveraging the power of cash. And Cash to Keys, 2.5 years in the making, we really have changed the game quite a bit here locally in New Jersey, and it's now spreading across the country. I think we currently have over 400 people pre-qualified to use our cash to go make unfair offers in an unfair market. So don't let fairness be your deciding factor on whether you participate in this market or not. Leverage newness, leverage the opportunity that people are giving you through Cash to Keys, and be able to go make winning offers. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you need to learn more about the market, learn more about Cash to Keys, learn about how our team can help you win in this market, we'd love to have that conversation. Appreciate you, and talk to you soon. Thanks again.